It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the count.
All teed up, Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go at Huntington Bank Field. On the return, it's Jalen Rager. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And they're brought out by the 16-year pro, rebounded from an injury last season, Matthew Stafford.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. So after their first offensive snap, we'll have a break in the action. One of the linemen in need of some attention from the trainers. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Hall once more. And they had that one contained right at the line. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They go right back to Hall. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag. That's going to bring out 4th down. 4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. And leading them out, it's the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, the number 2 pick in the NFL draft out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
Look, there are pressures that come along with being a first-round pick. You're expected to lead your team to bigger and better things right away, no matter the situation you're drafted into. But to his credit, he hasn't shied away from any of those pressures. He's been the guy they needed off the field. Now we finally get to see what he can do on it.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. Again, it's Gibbs. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, it's Daniels. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, Daniels. Connection made to the rookie from Washington. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Throwing now, Daniels. They'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Gibbs now from the gun. Into the 2nd level past the 30. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season. And they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. On 1st down, here's Daniels. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. We'll have him gain about a handful there. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the 21. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They're now set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Browns pick it up. There he goes on the right side. Into the red zone. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Browns get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. That was awesome. The return became a question of, does he have enough steam to make it back before someone runs him down?
That is the most sprinting we're going to see him do on a football field. Maybe his whole life. That distance, whole lot more than the few yards he's usually running towards quarterback in the pocket. But he had enough to reach that goal line. You're darn right he did. He could sense it, and he wanted it.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return score. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out come the Cowboys for their second drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. He doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. To throw, Daniels. This is complete to Gibbs. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He finds Odunze running the slant. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackled by Jack Campbell. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Daniels back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they bring him down around the 34. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And this is only a short gain. He's stopped down at the 33. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Daniels now. And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that 1st down marker.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Third and short, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So fourth down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
He's got a lane up past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Second drive coming up for this Cleveland offense. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punch, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Stafford to throw again on second. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Austin's there to haul it in. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Man in motion, headed right. They give on second to Hall. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Now Stafford to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Stafford from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. The Browns are lined up to punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Cowboys and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Cowboys will be backed up to begin the drive. Daniels on first down. Complete to Coleman. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Second down now, 7 to go. A give to Gibbs. He finds space for a few yards that time. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinton Williams. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Now Daniels to throw. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. In off to Gibbs from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. 2nd and 3 now. Another one for Gibbs. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. 3rd and just 2 to go. Running it with Gibbs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Daniels. Has his man, it's Odunze. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They're set up at the 35 now. Daniels. He gets this one to Strange. And he gets him around 6 there. Harrison Smith in on the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Again, Daniels to the air. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't find Rome Odunze there. And it's going to be 2nd down. Running out of the gun with Davis. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. 1 for 1 so far. This is from 40. Gay's kick is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Calvin Austin on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Browns getting their offense out there. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First throw for the backup now. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Rush looking to pass. Finds his man Gray. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that gives the Browns a 1st. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. Down the sideline inside the 40. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. First down, ball at the 36. Here's Rush. Completes this one to Gray. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's 2nd and 2. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now they have 3rd and short. Here's Rush to throw. Able to hit Hall, complete. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Got a man, it's Thomas. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To the air with Rush. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They are throwing it again. And he has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns grow their lead just before halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Ryland able to connect on the point after. And the Browns grow their lead to 8. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Cowboys returning their offense and this running back to the field. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. On first down, here's Daniels. Connection made to Coleman. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. And they make the tackle at the 38. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. That pass caught by Strange. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. This a 52-yard attempt from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that gets him back within 5.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Back to throw it. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome aboard to you and Brock. And to you at home as we take you around the NFL here on NFL Kickoff Weekend 2024. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Jaylen Warren, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Next, we'll head east. It's on to Cincinnati as we check in on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. Joe Burrow, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Bijan Robinson, nearly 200 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns as well. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate
Sanchez
and Brock.
has it all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Cowboys and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniels back to throw. Hauled in by Rice. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 2nd and 3 now. Here's a give to Gibbs. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Finds his man Rice. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Tackled by Jack Campbell. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5. From the gun, it's Daniels. Completes this one to Rice. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Finds him over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. Now Daniels to throw. Able to find Strange here. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. It's Gibbs on the carry. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Here's Gibbs on the carry. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Daniels. Catch is made in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Daniels. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys take the lead right away in half number 2. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
He's throwing for it. And that pass is caught inside the end zone. The 2-point try comes through, and their lead's a field goal now. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, and certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
On the return, here comes Austin. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. They start the half with a give to Hall. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Azeez Ojulari getting there for the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Rush. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Rush looking to pass. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Kate, this is one of those times and moments that even though it's been years and decades, I can still hear the great Mike Holmgren saying to me, after I tried to scramble as a QB that couldn't really run like our guy today, and he would say, "Oh, Brock, bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart." And really what he's saying is, don't ever try that again.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And what we saw in the first half wasn't an anomaly, partner. They kept throwing it to him as we worked throughout the rest of this game, and the results have been just as good. We'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 47. Short pass brought in. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now Gibbs. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. From the 37. Complete to Coleman. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
On the ground, it's a give to Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Left side, it's caught by Rice. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Daniels now. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys stretch their lead on the final play of the 3rd. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys make it a 10-point ball game. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Rager with the return here. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Rush now. Catch made by Austin. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the run, so now they face 4th down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Coming right is Gibbs. And he'll take it forward for a small gain to about the 22. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Got his target. It's Higgins. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Daniels from the pistol. Has his man. It's a Dunze. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Browns will go on offense. They start the drive with Hall. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Rush to throw. That's caught, Keenan Allen. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. To the air with Rush. Completes this one to Gray. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 46-yard line.
From the 46. Throw reeled in by Allen. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Able to hit Hall, complete. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
The 27-yard line.
He'll throw it yet again. Hall there to haul it in. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. First down from the red zone. The throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Now they're whistling for a timeout here. Somebody's shaking up on the play. Not the way he wanted to begin his rookie season. Wow, let's hope it doesn't cost him much time. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns making a 4-point game here in the 4th. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the 4th. Raleigh's set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Connection made to Coleman. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up fourth down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a one-score game.
Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing, rush. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing from the gun here. Finds his man, Gray. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns down by only 3. All right, Cowboys showing nickel set, 3rd down. Back to throw it. Finds his target, Hall. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And they make the tackle at the 38. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. He'll look to throw it. Setting up the running back screen. And he's brought down for a loss. Here he is to throw. His pass caught by Allen. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
And it's on its way and through. He hit it from deep. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him. And he delivers.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Here he is to throw. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down. To throw. He gets this one to Strange. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store For all those fans in the stands, we're headed for overtime. All right, so in overtime, Brock, we could see one possession or we could see 3+. If the team who gets it first scores, the game ends then and there. A field goal or less, and we play on, and their opponents get a chance to respond. And if we're still tied after those first 2 possessions, this soccer chick likes this. It's golden goal football, Brock. The next score would win. What a season opener we're being treated to here, Brock, as the ball is teed up. Here we go in overtime. Brings in the kick at the 9. Oh, he's showing some burst on his return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Cowboys about set to take over. And they fought hard, not just against their opponents on the field, Brock, but the tens of thousands of opponents in the stands. And it's led him to a chance to now silence everybody here in overtime. First throw of overtime now. Has the connection to Adunze. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now Daniels off the play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. 3rd and short, Daniels has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. A give left side for Gibbs. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger. But that back remains hungry.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Again, it's Gibbs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. So a big kick coming up for Brandon Aubrey. From the right hash, 52 yards out. It's good. The kick sails through. And the pressure now applied to that opposing sideline.
That felt like the game right there, Kate. What a risk they took. He misses, and all the other side needs is a big play, and they're in field goal range. But he doesn't miss. He steps up, and he drives it through. And now they're a stop away from the win.
In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. Their defense held at least a little, Brock, but the pressure is still on. They need a field goal to keep this game going or a touchdown to end it.
And I can promise you right now, lie detector test in that huddle, every single one of those guys have asked, says, I want a touchdown. I'm not even...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, here's what I know, Kate. And sadly, from personal experience, after this one's over, the QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer or he's not going to endure this season.
Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. 3rd and long for him here. Finds the in route complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
Pushes this one towards the sideline. He's got it, and the feet are in bounds, too. They go for it on fourth down and get it in a big way, 25 yards there.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
To the air with Rush. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even two defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They are throwing it again. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Rush to throw. Escapes the pocket. He slides down inside the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he pulls it in. That's a touchdown and ends this game.